Hi guys, in today's video we are going to talk about photos. This is one of the most important videos in our course since photos is one of the pillars of Airbnb. So we have three pillars: photos, reviews, and price. So photos is definitely extremely important. So today we are going to dive into our process of taking photos. At this point, you should have already seen our design video where we talk about how to design apartments and what to keep in mind while designing apartments. This would be an aesthetic design or this would be a functional design. So you should have already seen that video and your apartment should be more or less ready to go for the photo shoot. Um, some of you hire professional photographers to take your photos. But regardless, I would highly encourage you to watch this video because you will get the understanding of the process of what we do, and that might actually help you with the professional photographers as well. You will be able to communicate to them exactly what your expectations are, and you will improve your interaction with your photographer. And chances are that if, after giving them the feedback, the photos that the professional photographer will take will come out much better. So first, let's talk about technology. We don't need any fancy cameras. In this day and age, phones have great cameras. So anything above like iPhone 12 or equivalent Samsung phone or any other phone would do the trick. So most of our listings photos are shot on iPhone 12. Now currently we are shooting on iPhone 14. That's one of the investments that we've made as a company. We invested in iPhone 12 14 that can also be used as a daily driver rather than buying a fancy camera. You really don't need a fancy camera for this. So once we have established the hardware, which is phone equivalent of iPhone 12 of newer, then when do we take the photos? So we usually shoot on the weekend. So the best time to take photos is around the noon or midday when the sun is brightest and there is most natural light. You want to open all the curtains, turn on all the lights, and make the apartment as bright as possible. Another good time to take photos is at dusk, uh, before the sun sets. If you have a nice view from your apartment, you can. The best time to take the photos of the views and the landscapes is right before the sunset. So those are the two times that we will take the photos. So usually we do a photo shoot on Saturday during the day. In the evening, I'll sit down, go through the photos. We uh, pick the good ones, see what's missing, see what I don't like, and then we do a second round on Sunday and finalize all the selection process by Sunday evening. And then we move forward with the editing. I will have a separate video about editing software that I use. I will actually give you a couple options, editing software that you can use to quickly edit the photos. It takes maybe like 2 to 3 minutes per photo. It's more in this day and age. The software is so good that you can really press like auto settings and the photos come out great. So I'll be making video on that separately, but before we get there, you might be a little bit scared. You might think that you're not a professional photographer, or it might be hard for you to take photos comfortably. So there's a great book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is type of book that everybody should read. In there, he brings an example of a photography professor giving assignment to their students. So this professor basically splits the class into two groups and asks one group to only produce one photo for the class and ask the second group to produce hundreds of photos for the same class. And then he compares who produces the best quality photos at the end. So people who took lots of photos, like hundreds of photos, really produced the best quality photos because first they had lots of photos to choose from. Second, they learned a lot in the process of taking photos. So he could noticeably see improvements in their quality of their photos as they took more and more photos. We follow the same principle when we do the photo shoots. We just take lots of photos for the same space. Like the bedroom, we would take like 20 or 30 bedroom photos, 20 or 30 living room photos, 20 or 30 kitchen photos, bathroom photos, view photos, outdoors. Every single space, we take many photos, like in 20 same photos, and then we pick a few good ones. So this practice works great, even for professional photographers. Lots of them use this approach. So I encourage you to do the same. So we first take lots of photos of the same spaces from all the corners. We usually like to shoot corner in the center of the frame, everything on the angles, and then we pick the good photos. Then we organize them. It's very important. The order of the photos is very important because you first need to select top one photo, which is a cover photo, most important photo, and then top five photos, which are seen on your main page of your listing. So it's very important to order the photos properly, to select your cover photo, top five photos, and order the photos so that the photos of the same space are in order. So I'll show you how I usually organize the photos and order them. So that's a high level overview. I hope that convinced you to try it out and take your own photos. You will learn a lot in the process. So now we'll jump into the actual photos that we took for our latest apartment that we are setting up in this course, and I will show you what did we do with the photo shoot and how we picked our photos. So you can see the file. This was the photo shoot on the Saturday. Um, and you can see that we took a bunch of photos. This is only for one bedroom apartment. There is really one bedroom, one living room, one dining area, one kitchen, and one bathroom. A little bit of views, and that's all. And you can see we took lots of photos. So I usually have a folder full of photos. Then I make a folder called good photos with a date, and then I select the good photos that I like from all these photos, and then I drop them inside the good photos section. So first thing to keep in mind is what our cover photo is going to be. I know in this case that our cover photo was going to be the bedroom, so something like this would have been our cover photo. I went through all of these photos carefully and collected all the good photos, and I selected them and copied into the good photos file. Something to keep in mind while selecting your photos is you always prefer the wide angle photos, the photos that capture lots of the information. So you don't want a photo like, for example, this, which is just a photo of a picture. It doesn't add too much value in my mind. But it's good to still take those photos. You never know what you come across with. So we have all these photos of the bathroom, for example. I only selected three because, like, for the bathroom, it's a small bathroom. Usually, three photos is enough. So let's jump into good photos folder, and I will walk you through why I selected these photos and how I ordered them. You can notice that they are already ordered, right? There's numbers assigned to these photos. I usually change the photo names to order them. So first thing, I want to pick top five photos. These are top five photos for me, and on a day one, all right? And then after that, I organize photos by the space. So bedroom comes first, the living room comes second, together with the dining area, and then kitchen comes third. This is the photos for the kitchen. They start with a four, and then bathroom is five. Everything is comes after. This will be like closet spaces and also outdoor photos as a view. So this is the first day. This is the top five photos that I selected. Bedroom, this is gonna be a cover photo. Uh, living room shows that there's lots of space. This is dining area with bright windows open, curtains, maximum light, TV turned on. Um, and then we have a kitchen, and this is different angle of the living room and the dining area that shows that there's lots of space in the apartment. So I like this photo because it really captures lots of information and creates a feel for a large space, even though it's only one bedroom apartment. So this is top 5 photos, and then afterwards you just have a bedroom photos. So um, we did this selection on a day one, um, but I really uh, had a feeling that I was missing something. So what I was missing, first thing is that uh, this cover photo needs an improvement, I think, because even if I edit this, I don't think this is gonna be good enough. So we had an idea to add a lamp in the photo, which is an orange lamp, and add a picture on top of the bed. It's always a good practice to have a picture on top of the bed. You want to have like two small pictures on one large white picture. That really gives a good vibe to the bedroom. So I noticed that we were missing the picture, and I also wanted to add the lamp to make it a little bit more alive and a little bit more friendlier to the user, to our guest's eye. Another thing I've noticed here is that we don't have a photo of the sofa bed um, and a second sleeper. So usually people want to know where would they sleep. So I've added a photo of that as well. So now this is the second date. So first date, we took the photos, we selected them. I thought that we needed to do a better job with the bedroom with the cover photo. So second day, main focus was the cover photo. So this is all the pictures that we took on the second date. And specifically, you can tell that there's lots of photos of the bedroom. We were specifically focusing on the bedroom on the second date. So I've gone through all those pictures. I selected all the good ones that I thought would add the value, and I've put them here. There's only 5 new good photos that I liked. Now we can see that we've edited the picture. We've also are showing the uh, closet space. I selected another photo of the living room. And now this is the photo that I'm gonna go with for the cover photo. You can see how much liveliness this orange lamp adds to this. It really makes it pop. So this is a good cover photo because lots of people while scrolling they will see this orange light and this will capture their attention and this will almost be like a clickbait for them. So this is always good practice to have something bright in your cover photo. So one of these two I was gonna select as a cover photo. Finally, I made a folder called Final Combined, and in here I combined all the photos, got rid of the extra ones, and organized everything. So I've decided that this is gonna be our cover photo, this same top 5 photos, then we have bedroom photos, then we have living room, um, and then we have the dining area. This is actually this is the bed. That's why I have this photo is because this is the bed. This is the additional sleeper bed. Uh, Living room, kitchen. Important to highlight your coffee station. This is nothing fancy. There's just a coffee, sugar, and then there are some spices for cooking. So we also have tea as well. So it's also always good to highlight coffee and tea stations in a separate photo. This is not the best photo, but the reason I selected this because there's a large fridge and people when they're staying for the long term, they are looking for a large fridge. So I wanted to explicitly show in the photo that there's a large fridge in the kitchen. And then you can see a washing machine. That's also good. This is the bathroom. Very simple, nothing special. But regardless, these 3 photos capture everything. And then I also selected a couple of external views, and that's all. One thing that is missing here is the picture of the apartment building from outside, and I'll add that a little bit later. I just didn't have that, so we'll have to shoot that later. But you can always shoot the outside photos of the neighborhood later on, even if the guests are in the apartment. You don't hinder them in any way. So that's all. I think this is a pretty good amount of photos. It's more than 20 for one bedroom apartment. This is plenty good enough. Usually you want to aim for like around 25 photos. Um, Another thing that I forgot to mention is that I like to capture the space from all angles. For example, you can see the living room photos. So this is one angle, and this is same angle sideways, and then you basically shoot the corner. So this is opposite, and this is another one. So you basically take photos of the four corners, and you put them together, and then you can fully cover the space from all the areas. So you can do this for all the spaces within your apartment. Shoot the four corners, and then pick one for each corner, and it covers the full space. Usually you shoot four corners or two corners, whichever works. For the bedroom, we've shot the two corners. For the um, dining area, we've also shot the two corners. So once I've selected all the photos and ordered them, I've edited them. So edited photos are saved in this folder. I in this case I just used Lightroom Classic to edit my photos. So I'll show you side by side comparison of the main photo, for example, before and after edit. So on the left side, you can see after edit, and on the right side, you can see before edit. Um, what you want to do usually in your edits, which we are going to talk about photo editing in a separate video, is you just make it a little bit brighter and a little bit more vibrant. So to me, left photo is just a bit more colorful, a bit richer than the right photo. So you can see the difference that it makes just by clicking a few buttons. This really takes like 30 seconds to 1 minute to edit one photo. It's as simple as pressing two buttons, and I'll show you in a separate video how you can do that. So here we can look into final results of our edits, just making everything brighter. For Airbnb, you want to little overexpose your photos. So that's also something to keep in mind. Yeah, photos just look much greater and much more vibrant. It looks like perfect lighting after the edit. This is all I wanted to say in this video. Hopefully, this was educational for you and you find this information useful. Give it a shot. Take lots of photos, organize them, select them, and then think about cover photo. Think about top 5 photos, and then in the next video, we'll get into the editing of those photos. I'll see you in the next one.